What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. Look, first off, I want to say thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate all the love. Right now, if you could just like, subscribe, and then leave me some comments because I read everything. You guys have been going crazy with the questions on TikTok about Airbnb, about wholesale real estate, about trading Forex, about all these different things. And I really appreciate the questions because it allows me to make better content for you. So today I want to tap into one of the biggest questions that you guys have been asking me. And it's about, how do you get into the Airbnb space? What does that look like? I have a little bit of capital, but I want to get into the space, but I'm not too sure how or what that looks like. How do I find the property? How do I know how much it's going to make? How do I know how much money I'm going to need, right? I see all of the questions. So today I'm going to really go into detail about Airbnb, the good, the bad, the ugly, what to expect, what not to expect. And then I'm going to give you my biggest tip on how to get into Airbnb successfully, right? When I say successfully, I want you to really think about that. Right now, you're probably thinking, okay, I have $5,000, I have $10,000, I'm ready to get into Airbnb, but I want you to stop. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to get into Airbnb with 5,000, with 10,000. I'm gonna show you a method on how to get into Airbnb absolutely free. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, right, Rhonda, there's no way I can get into Airbnb. Hear me out. Watch this video to the end, and I'm gonna give you my exact method that I use and all of the people that I've helped get into Airbnb with this one simple method, okay? Watch to the end. Make sure that you watch, you save, you comment, you reply, and if you learn something from this video, give it a thumbs up. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can set up a free consultation call with me after you watch this video. If you're interested in taking a next step or hearing more about what this is, I'm gonna leave the link in the description so you can set up a free strategy call with me. Absolutely free, no obligation, but either way, I'm gonna jump into the video and I'm gonna break down exactly how to get into Airbnb for absolutely free. Let's go. All right, guys, so now we're here. We're gonna take this step by step, and I'm gonna show you exactly why I always recommend people to pay attention before they start their Airbnb. This little stuff that nobody talks about. Now, here it goes, right? Airbnb. Let's just say we're gonna get our Airbnb in Houston, okay? Houston, 14th through the 16th, 4 guests. I wanna just find a property and go off of kind of what they have, okay? So this property right here is a 1-bedroom, 2 beds. It has sofa, coffee table, rug, chair, TV, entertainment, lamp, clock. This is just one room, okay? So I want you to think about this. Let's just say on the low end, you find a 1-bedroom apartment for $1,500. That's $1,500 a month. Now, for the most part, people are gonna have you pay first in deposit or first month's, last month's. You may find a special, whatever the case may be, but let's just say you're paying first in deposit or first and last, right? So now we're already at $3,000. So 15 times 2 is gonna be 3,000. That's what we've already spent just to get the property. Whether it's a house, whether it's an apartment, whether it's a townhome, there's always gonna be first in deposit, first and last, or whatever the case may be, okay? So then you have your Wi-Fi, then you have your lights. Of course, you're gonna be billed for that after 30 days, so we'll kind of add that to the last part. But right now, we're already at $3,000. Now, we just looked at this property, and it has just one room alone. It has a sofa, coffee table, rug, chair, entertainment stand, TV, decor on the wall, and a lamp, okay? Now, I want you to see this. Sofa. Even if we just go to the sofas and we just find, let's go shopping. And these are rough numbers again, guys. We have $399, we got $495. Let's just call it, this is $1,200, this is $747, $2,000, $374. So let's just say we find a great couch at, let's go $400, okay? That's a couch. Sorry, guys. Right, we have the couch. And let's just go, and now we need a rug. Living room, right? and we go to shopping, and you got 118, 66, 124. So let's just call it $100, right? We call it $100 for the rug, TV. Let's just go with, this looks like it's a smaller TV. So let's just go 45-inch TV. Let's see what that's going to cost us. So 158 for 43, 198 for 50. So let's go 200 TV. And let's go lamp. I'm doing this so you can understand, okay? So 73, 53, 78, 44. So we'll go $50 for a lamp. That's just a nice, nice style lamp. We're going off of what they got here, right? So we got coffee table. I want you guys to see this because this is the part that most people don't talk about, right? So 34, 44, 163, 199, 899. So let's say we get lucky and this doesn't, this is a pretty modern regular. Let's go 100 for table. Okay, so that's what we got. We got the drapes, we got the entertainment system, center, we got the clock, all of that. So let's just go an extra $200 for extra stuff. This is one room, guys. One room. This right here is just one room. 400. Pull the calculator out. 400 plus 100 plus 200 for TV, 50 for the lamp, 100 for the coffee table, 200 for miscellaneous items. That's already $1,000. That's $1,000 that we've already spent for just one room. We haven't done the bedroom. You still need a bed frame. You still need a mattress. Even if you did one nightstand and some decor on the wall, you could already put that at another $500 to $1,000, depending on how upscale or what you put in there. Then you got the little stuff like this. You got to get your coffee table or your bar stools or whatever you're putting in your kitchen, blenders, coffee pots, knives, toaster, all of the stuff that you see here, bathroom stuff, little decor, towels, sheets, linen, everything that you don't think about that kind of stuff. Not many people talk about it, but I say all that to say this. Even with just the $3,000 for the deposit alone, you're already at $3,000. Then you have your furnishing. I put between $2,000 and $2,500. That's, range. You can find stuff on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. You can finance. You can take stuff from friends and family, whatever you choose to do. I'm trying to show you that it's going to cost you at least bare minimum between $3,000 to $5,000. You may get lucky and find some cheap stuff, and you get in there and you're able to do it cool. $3,000 to $5,000 is what you're going to be looking at. Now, what happens the first month? Because you got to remember that calendars, once they're released, people are booking out. They're not booking for tomorrow. When you're booking travel, especially Airbnb travel, you're booking for the future. You think about it, you're going on a trip with friends or you're going on a trip with your family, you're saying, okay, guys, we're going to go on a trip in May and we're going to start booking our Airbnb now, right? You're not saying, okay, I'm going to go on a trip tomorrow and then I'm going to book. It's very rare. Most of the time when people are doing like a quick book, they're going to go with a hotel because it's just easier, it's faster. But when you're going to an Airbnb, that's when you're going to plan it out for the future. So even if you you got your Airbnb listed in April, I want you to understand that people are really not going to start booking your unit till May, June, July. So let's say you opened up your unit in the 1st of April, right? Your 1st of April came. As you can see, this property right here, it had one booking, like one here. They have it blocked off here, so they have a booking. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are only booked 6 days as of right now. If they listed this in, say, last month, now in April, they only have 6 bookings right now. Next month, which is May, they have all this booked, this, and this, but they still have open dates. So let's just look at May. 1, 2, that's right, 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 days booked for May already. So you have to think about it. Even if you get set up in April, you got your listing book, it's live, people are not booking it right away. It's going to take a little bit time before your calendar starts to really generate. Now, can you get booked up? Yes, of course, it's always an opportunity for that to happen, but being realistic with yourself is what you really want. So even saying, okay, if I book that 15 nights, right, you still have to pay the other 15 nights of rent that you didn't have covered. So let's just say you booked and you did half of the month, right? So if you do 15 and 1,500 for your bills, for your rent, divide that by 2, 750. So let's just say you were able to make 750. You got to still pay the other 750 in April. At the end of April for May, you're going to have to pay 750 again. Now, let's say May does the same thing. And let's say you got a little bit more and you only have to pay 500. You're still having to pay these pieces out of pocket on top of the stuff you've already paid. So I want you to really think, if you have 5,000 saved or you have 10,000 saved and you're thinking about getting in the Airbnb space, think about this stuff too. Think about all of the expenses that come with it and be prepared to have some kind of savings in place to pay rent the first month that you're in there and the second month to pay something. As your calendar starts to fill, you have to be responsible for that rent because it has to get paid regardless. So what you don't want to happen is you don't want to get evicted. You don't want to have to break the lease. You don't want to have to be in a situation where you're just paying out of pocket every single time. Okay. Now, like I told you, I'm going to show you a way to get into this space using something else, using another method of income. And I want to be able to show that to you. But I want you to think about this first. How much money do you have saved? What were you thinking that you needed to get into the space? Right? Now, once you know these numbers, you can properly assess, hey, I'm ready, or maybe I'm not, right? But this is the real. But now I'm going to get into how you can do this for free. All right, guys, so you made it to the good part. I'm about to show you how you can get your first Airbnb for absolutely free by doing something called the Middleman Method. Now, with this method, it's one of the areas of real estate that not many people talk about. That should be something that's broadcasted. But today I'm going to give you the secret. This is a way that you can build up capital, build up your portfolio before you jump into the Airbnb space without the proper income. Okay, so the Middleman Method, you don't need any prior knowledge. You don't need a real estate license. You don't need good credit, and you don't need capital to start. I'm going to show you how simple it is. Follow along. All right, here we go. So you're going to use Zillow.com. Zillow.com, you're going to come in, choose the area. Choose for sale. I like to use up to 100,000. Bed and bath, don't matter. Home type, I like to use houses, townhomes, and multifamilies. I'm going to save the search. And when it pulls up, I want the ugliest house on the pictures, right? The ugliest house for 2 reasons. If the house is ugly, that means that the owner, one, can't afford to do the repairs, either has a lien or a judgment or owes something on the property, or they just no longer have the care, right? They don't have the care to take care of it anymore. They're not interested. Maybe they inherited, maybe they moved, maybe the repairs got out of the hand and they can't afford to do it. Whatever it is, we know that the house that looks the ugliest, there's some kind of motivation behind the owner to sell, okay? So right now, I see right now on this screen, I like this property. I like this one. It's ugly. It's the grass is crazy. The windows look crazy. So I'm going to take this address and I'm going to take this into another website called PropStream.com. Now, PropStream.com is super, super amazing. It's a tool that's going to tell you so much information. I'm going to leave a link in the description below for you to try it out for free for 7 days. If you like it, if you love it, you pay $97 a month. And this is going to take your business to the next level. But again, link in the description, absolutely free for 7 days. We're going to take the address. We're going to put it right here. When it pulls up, it's going to pull up here. I want the information that's coming up with this. The information right now, don't worry about all of this. Right now, I'm worried about the owner's name, which is right here. I want to know how to contact this owner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this address and I'm going to go to TruePeopleSearch.com. All right, True People Search, we're going to hit reverse address. We're going to put the address in here, and we're going to find the owner's information. Again, guys, this is all public information. Nothing we're doing is illegal. Nothing we're doing is fraudulent. You can pull this up anywhere. I like these apps because they work for me, okay? So his name was Anthony M. Washington. Right now we have an Anthony K. Washington. Let's find it. There we go, Anthony M. Washington. We're going to click View Details. Mr. Anthony M. Washington is connected to these addresses here, right? These are all his information where he's like, this is the address right here. He's been between Mississippi, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Now it looks like it's back in Mississippi. But I care about this. I want to be able to pick up the phone and call him. Hey, Mr. Washington, my name is Rhonda. I was wondering, your property at 1025 Metairie Road in Jackson, is that something that you're interested in selling? He's going to say one of two things. He's either going to say yes or he's either going to say no. If he says yes, we start to talk about price. Like what was the offer? What are you looking for? I see you have it listed for $19,900. Is that your firm number? Is there any room? Like, you're going to do all these things, and there's more to like understanding the numbers, but this is a simple version. Once he says yes or no, we know if it's yes, we can move forward. If it's no, cool, no problem. Do you have any other properties, or do you know anybody who wants to sell a property? Yes or no, right? If he says yes, what you're going to do is you're going to get this house under contract. Contract means there's a piece of paper that you're going to sign and he's going to sign, and it's going to say, Rhonda is going to pay me $19,900 in 30 days. At that point in time, if she doesn't provide the $19,900, the agreement is void. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have that piece of paper, right? This is seller. The seller has a price. That's what he wants. The seller wants $19,900. Cool, great. We know that. So all I have to do is I have 30 days to sell the property. 30 days. I can have it on Zillow. I can put it on Craigslist, Zillow, Facebook Marketplace. I can put flyers. I can put banners. I can do whatever I want to sell this property, because I know in 30 days, all I have to do is bring Mr. Seller his money. All right. So now I have an agreement to sell the property. That's why you can do this with no license, because you're not selling the house. You're selling the agreement. You're selling the paperwork. You're playing the middle. So now we go and we find a buyer, and the buyer says, hey, I want this property. And he asks you how much. Let's say we tell the buyer we want, let's say, $25,000, right? Buyer. The buyer says, okay, I want to do it. We tell the buyer we need 7 days to close. The buyer says yes, or the buyer says no. Whatever the buyer says, we have multiple buyers ready. We have people ready. So if the buyer says yes, they can close in 7 days. Great. We're going to do an agreement between myself and the buyer. Now I have the seller under agreement and I have the buyer under agreement. I'm going to take both of the agreements. I'm going to send it to my local title company, and I'm going to get out the way. The title company is going to check to see if that's the actual owner, if it has any liens or taxes that are due. They're going to do all the due diligence and the work. They're going to call the seller. They're going to call the buyer. They're going to make the transaction happen. So now they're going to say, okay, there's a check waiting for you. You can come pick up your check now. What they're going to tell you the check is for is the difference. 25 minus the 19 that you have to pay the seller. That's going to be the difference. It's profit. That's your money. So let's do some simple math, right? 25 minus 19,900. $5,100 profit. That's your profit. Now you can take this money and you can go get your Airbnb, because you played the middleman. You sold a property that you did not own. The seller's happy. The buyer's happy. You made $5,100. The title company is going to tell you to come pick up your check, or they're going to wire it to your bank account. And you can rinse and repeat this process over and over and over again. Guys, imagine what you could do now that you have this amount of money. This could have easily been this number. This could have easily been this number. Depending on the deal, depending on what the seller wants and the buyers are willing to pay, the price in between It's crazy what it could possibly be. I want you to really, really think about that, guys. This is the Middleman Method on how to get your Airbnb for absolutely free. If you're interested in anything that you heard today, click the link and set up your free discovery call. If you learned something today, give me a thumbs up. If you have a question, put it in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys.